Your top stories this evening sponsored by Courts, Guyana Incorporated, bringing value home. Ridiculous for Rohi to trump up race at GECOM. Social Cohesion Minister responds to PPP's Rohi. Two committed for High Court trial for the July 2014 murder of Lusiknan teen Ashmini Hariram. Wedding house, late night brawl. Policeman injured, property damaged. And Minister Harman clarifies position on specialty hospital. There is no vindication but transparency, says Minister Harman. HGP Nightly News begins now. Good evening. I'm Travis Chase with the Tuesday, November 17 edition of the HGP Nightly News. Here's what you need to know this evening. In our first report, you will hear from the Chief of Staff of the Guyana Defence Force, who says the Army is gearing up to recruit new ranks, while former GDF top brass Minister of State Joseph Harman urges potential recruits to temper their expectations regarding pay, but says other glorious opportunities await them. Royden James reports.
Although a pay hike has been promised to the country's servicemen and women, for Minister of State Joe Harman, serving the people should matter more to ranks than paychecks. His remarks were made during an interview on Saturday at the conclusion of the GDF's 50th anniversary parade. He says there are a lot of extra monetary arrangements that ranks enjoy, and that while he believes ranks deserves better pay, he does not see their current earning as inadequate.
Well, military service is what it is service. The major component of that service is a willingness to basically serve your country. Salary has never been, in my view, and salary has never been, in the view of people who have served, the major motivator in joining the Army. There are so many things that you have that are outside of salary. The ability to travel, the ability to see the world, the training which the Army gives you, the exposure to different cultures, the discipline, as I said earlier.
Minister Harman was questioned about the financial dilemma of ranks, most of whom are between the ages of 18 to 25 and have to shoulder additional responsibilities, including families.
What I'm saying to you, sir, is that what these things do is that they allow whatever salary that you're taking to go straight to the family, rather than spending on things like food, uniform, and all these things. These are provided by the state.
Chances are will the boys be getting a one-up this year?
Well, I wouldn't say that. I will allow that to be disclosed at the appropriate time by His Excellency the President, who is the Commander-in-Chief for the Army.
Chief of Staff of the Guyana Defence Force, Brigadier Mark Phillips, made a pitch to young men and women by pointing out that the force is gearing up for recruitment.
The recruitment will start in January 2016. So from January to March 2016, there's a recruitment phase for the basic recruit course and for the officer cadet course. Right? Those courses will start at the end of March. And if you don't catch the force recruit course in 2016, there's another recruitment exercise which will start in June.
Brigadier Phillips also said that within the next 5 years, the force will be boasting of high-powered weapons and other hardware. Royden James, HGP Nightly News.
Thank you, Royden. The Minister of Social Cohesion has taken umbrage with recent comments by PPP General Secretary Clement Rohi regarding ethnic imbalance at the GECOM. Kingsley Bryan provides the details in this report.
PPPC General Secretary Mr. Clement Rohi at a recent press conference lashed out at the Guyana Elections Commission for what he described as ethnic imbalance in the Commission's staff. Rohi stated that GECOM in its hiring process demonstrates a high level of partiality to its specific group. This has prompted a response from the Social Cohesion Minister.
I reject the statement made by PPP's General Secretary, Mr. Clement Rohi, on the employment question at GECOM.
Ali said the sooner politicians refrain from using race-based divisive tactics, the sooner the country can realize its potential to be unified. The minister deems Rohi's comments careless.
It is unkind of the PPP's General Secretary to take GECOM's business to cheap political propaganda for cheap political gains.
GECOM has already responded by saying that as a constitutional authority, it does not practice race-based hiring, a process also expounded upon by the minister.
GECOM, being an independent and professional body, is expected to do nothing less than working with the laws, including those laws pertaining to labor. My understanding is that GECOM does not employ people based on ethnicity, but by an established procedure known to all.
Minister Ali said the entire situation is troublesome in nature.
It is therefore ridiculous that Mr. Rohi will trump up this factor of ethnicity, which has the potential to further divide Guyana, which he is well aware of.
The following caution was given to Mr. Rohi by the Social Cohesion Minister and by extension, the administration.
Let me take this opportunity to let Mr. Rohi know that this government does not support race-based decisions. We want opportunities for all Guyanese. We expect that those who are qualified for positions are going to be the earners of opportunities.
The PPP has repeatedly lashed out at the concept of the Social Cohesion Ministry, deeming it a mere sham. The ministry and the president in turn have repeated that it is a necessary tool for healing those wounds and bridging those gaps that years of ethnic divide have bequeathed the nation. For HGP Nightly News, Kingsley Byrne.
Thank you, Kingsley. After 14 months of preliminary inquiry, 2 men will now face a judge and jury for the July 2014 murder of a Lusignan teenager. Here is more. During the midday of July 10, 2014, 19-year-old Lusignan cosmetologist Ashmini Hariram was shot once to her neck just after she disembarked a minibus a short distance from her home. Crime scene investigators are certain that the cold-blooded killing of the teen was a paid hit, but also a case of mistaken identity. 3 weeks later, Lennox two-color Wayne and the alleged driver of the getaway vehicle, Elroy Doris, were arrested and charged for the murder of the teen. Police said that they had obtained a confession statement from Wayne, but Doris is maintaining that he does not know Wayne. On Monday, Sparrandam Magistrate Zamina Ali Sepal committed both Wayne and Doris to stand the trial in the Supreme Court for the murder of the teen. Police prosecutors Sergeant Chevron Jupiter and Lance Corporal David Goodridge presented the case against the duo. Lance Corporal Goodridge argued that Wayne was the shooter and Doris the driver of the getaway car. When the number 1 accused, Lennox Wayne, was called upon to lead a defense, he told the court, quote, "I was beaten by the police to sign a confession statement. I am innocent of the murder," unquote. Doris, in his defense, gave the court an alibi and brought his mother to support his alibi. He told the court, quote, "I too am innocent. I do not know Lennox Wayne." The case will be called at the next sitting of the Assizes. Stay with us. You're watching the HGP Nightly News.
Next to life itself, our most precious gift is sight. That is why at Optique Vision Care, we're offering a free frame to every senior citizen. Come and experience a comprehensive eye exam and visual field assessment for glaucoma. Visit us on the East Bank of Demerara on Grove Public Road. Our doors are open Monday through Saturdays. Or visit our location at Helena No. 1 Mahaika every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Call us on 266-0126 or 600-6167. Promotion ends soon.
I don't like like this ice cream.
Me either.
It's so blah.
Why don't you try a slurp?
A what?
A slurp. What slurp? It's ice cream with a slurp. A silky smooth vanilla and syrup that makes you twirl up.
It's tastier than anything that I could ever dream.
And it's probably the best thing since they thought of icing cream.
With a dabble of pomegranates and a swish of pumpkin spice, the sweetest of pineapples and blueberries that you like.
Nice.
Slurp, a fruity syrup that makes you twirl up. Available in pineapple, pumpkin spice, blueberry, and pomegranate. Manufactured by Starling Products Limited and available countrywide.
You've heard the name before. Now hear it better. S&S Supermarket, located at 16 Public Road, Lusignan at Richardstown on the east coast of Demerara. They provide wholesale and retail services and stay right there for everything else. Your groceries, confectionaries, beverages, over-the-counter drugs, cosmetics, and much more. It's easy to access and easy to shop. You'll love the unbeatable prices at S&S Supermarket, 16 Public Road, Lusignan, Richardstown on the East Coast. Call them at telephone 220-1675 or the Mahika location at 228-5401.
Did you know that children who read do better in school? Did you know that people who read get better jobs? Did you know that people who read are never bored and have lots of fun? Did you know that people who read are better informed? Start reading today. Find all the books you need at Austin's Book Services, 190 Church Street. Austin's Book Services, expanding the frontiers of education.
Welcome to Rockers Woodworking. We specialize in well-crafted doors in all varieties such as hardwood doors, purple heart panel doors, locust doors, and all kinds of quality kitchen units to suit your home. And to give you that unique look on all kitchen units, we have provided 6 months warranty and free delivery. So check us out on our Facebook page, Rockers Woodworking. We are located at Lot 16 Lombard Street, Work in Rust, Georgetown. Contact us on 644-5489, 695-0987. We custom built to your specifications.
John Lewis Styles, simply different.
At Gaffurs, not only do we produce PVC pipes from ½ inch to 12 inches, we also manufacture water tanks sizes 200 gallons to 1600 gallons, PVC fittings sizes ½ inch to 4 inches, bottles with caps, buckets with covers, containers with covers, PVC gutters including brackets, PVC fittings for gutters, poly tubes, and HDPE pipes 12 inches to 30 inches. Our PVC department is headed by Bharat Ramprasad, an expert in plastics trained in England with 30 years experience. At Gaffurs, we know plastics. We manufacture the widest range of plastic products, and we're the first in CARICOM to make HDPE pipes. We manufacture not only for Guyana, but also for Trinidad, Jamaica, St. Lucia, Dominica, and Barbados. So for superior customer service, superior quality, and competitive prices, it's Gaffurs, a name you can trust.
GECOM is now conducting a claims and objections exercise to produce a register of voters for local government elections. Persons who will be 18 years and over by February 29, 2016 and are Guyanese citizens or are citizens from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more are eligible to vote at the upcoming local government elections, providing they live in a local authority area. If you live in a local authority area and you have changed your address from one local authority area and or constituency to another, since you were last registered, you must visit the Claims and Objections Office responsible for your new area of residence to apply for a transfer. If you fail to apply for a transfer, you will not be allowed to vote in the local authority area and constituency in which you now reside. Offices open Mondays to Fridays from 15 hours 30 to 19 hours, Saturdays, Sundays and holidays from 10 to 14 hours. Applications for transfers will not be done after Sunday, December 6, 2016. For more information, contact GECOM on 225-0278-9 or visit the GECOM website.
Adequate shelter is a basic right for all human beings. In some cases, people may have land, but cannot afford to build a home. Through partnership,
Edward B. Harry and Company Limited and Habitat for Humanity Guyana
are working together to build homes for those who cannot afford to do so on their own. With every purchase of any B. Harry brand of products such as Chico, Champion, and Indie, a portion of money will go towards building a Habitat home. Buy, eat, or chew any products made by Edward B. Harry and Company and help us keep families together. Edward B. Harry, always a winner, providing shelter for all. What will you build, Guyana?
Thanks for staying with us here in the HGP Nightly News. We tell you now that the specialty hospital saga, the PPPC claims that it has been vindicated since the project will go ahead. Vindicated? No, says Minister Joseph Harmon. He described the reality of the project. Kingsley Bryan reports.
The opposition's chief whip, Gil Teixeira, at a recent briefing expressed that the PPPC was vindicated by the government announcing its intention to forge ahead with a specialty hospital. Minister of State Joseph Harmon says there is no vindication since the issue was always one of transparency.
They are crowing about the specialty hospital, we are vindicated. Now let me give you the facts of this matter. When the first specialty hospital was introduced in the National Assembly, we called for great transparency. We asked in the National Assembly for copies of the agreement. We wanted to see all of the facts, all of the documents in relation to the specialty hospital put on the table. Bring it to the National Assembly, let us debate it. The PPP never did that.
Minister Harmon relayed what he deemed the reality.
In fact, what they did was enter into all sorts of shady agreements that allowed for one company to go away with the Guyanese people money and they got no recourse. Then after all of that is done, suing the company for fraud and all sorts of things in the court, knowing fully well that they are part of it.
The Minister of State further went on to name a few of the alleged fat cats.
Nandalal, Jack Dio, Ashley Singh, Brassington, they were all part of it. I'm trying to fool the people about it.
In relation to the PPPC's claim of vindication, Minister Harmon went on to say that when the new administration got into office, they found monies in the fund, courtesy of the Indian government. The government had proposed to use that money to upgrade a few local healthcare facilities, but was advised by the Indian High Commissioner that a diversion from the original loan agreement required approval from the Indian government. That was done, and Minister Harmon relayed the new arrangement.
We are going to spend that $14 million United States dollars on primary healthcare facilities. At a second level, what we will do, we are going to review the contract for the establishment of the specialty hospital to ensure that the terms and conditions are consistent with what it is that we want in Guyana. So, the $14 million for the completion of the hospital, that will go to the hospital. But what we want to get done is going to be done by additional funds, which the Indian government, they have actually agreed to have done.
Minister Harmon said there should therefore be no claims of being vindicated, since the main factor is that there is now transparency and accountability attached to the process. For HGP Nightly News, Kingsley Bryan.
The pay increases received by the PPPC MPs are yet to be dispersed to charity. But in the meantime, that money is ranking in interests in a PPPC bank account. More in this story.
The opposition People's Progressive Party Civic had stated that it was not interested in the pay increases offered to parliamentarians and that they were going to donate the increases to charity. At least 1 month's salary has been paid and the party is yet to make a public definitive disclosure on the way forward with those monies. However, monies are being deposited into an age-old bank account that the party has.
But we haven't taken a decision thus far, because remember, before these increases, that bank account existed and money was going into there before the increases were granted. So this bank account was not open specifically for these increases. The bank account was there all the time.
General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party Civic Clement Roy disclosed that a policy decision has been taken and that every PPPC MP knows what is required. They are therefore expected, according to Roy, to do what the party's morals dictate.
Left to calculate that, right? They are left to calculate. If they know they've got an increase of so much, they're left to calculate how much of the, what you call it, the gross, right, goes into their account. The net. How much of the net goes into their account?
No one is monitoring that process, and for Roy, they are all responsible people. Whatever the mechanism is, the party could find the defaulters.
All MPs know that they have an obligation, right, to address in respect to these increases. At some point in time, we will know who is not and who isn't, who is and who isn't.
Meanwhile, on another hand, the PPPC is calling for the scrapping of the Ministry of Social Cohesion, since in its view, the ministry's principal role is to act as an instigator for racial and political discrimination in favor of the APNU-AFC. Roy was referring to the recent division that existed in the just concluded observance of Diwali 2015, where there was a fraction in the Hindu community regarding the date for the Festival of Lights.
The party will continue to monitor these developments and to seek support where necessary and whenever called upon by representative religious bodies to ensure that unity prevails and that the APNU-AFC so-called Ministry of Social Cohesion does not succeed in its divisive, manipulative, deceitful, and bribe-sharing efforts to divide the Guyanese.
Handel Duncan, HGP Nightly News.
While the PPP is yet to decide on what's going to be done with their MPs' salary increases, Minister of State Joseph Harmon has started his philanthropic career with the increments he received. Kingsley Bryan reports.
The decision to increase the salaries of senior state functionaries captivated the interest of many stakeholders across the board. The opposition PPP blasted the government for taking that stance, calling it a betrayal of the trust endowed on the new administration. The party initially said it would not accept the increases, but apart from a pending parliamentary motion, the PPPC have not made clear their intentions or the real reasons for their apparent rejection. Minister Harmon is, however, on a different course, as he has found uses for his increases.
So the people of Middle Street Portland came to me and said, we want to do a village day and we want to run some lights in the streets. I said to them, well, the region has no budget for that, but because I come from there, what I will do for you is that personally, I will take my money and pay for those lights to be installed. So I took my salary for the month of June and I gave it to the people of Portland to run those lights.
Minister Harmon relayed that the goodwill continues, and that occasion saw another community benefiting from a similar donation.
So today, I want to donate to the people of Crane the value of the salary increase that I received this year. So I want to call on Mr. Bowman from Crane to receive this check on behalf of the people of Crane for the establishment of lights that will run from the highway into the Crane scheme so that they can have lights there.
This donation is valued at 217,000 Guyana dollars and represents the minister's recent pay increase. The idea by the minister was welcomed by the communities and is seen as a heartening concept, given the many negative connotations attached to the recent move by the administration. The Minister of State says it doesn't end there, as he relayed his plans for future undertakings.
And for my increased salary for November, I will make a similar contribution to the people of Berbice, to the people of the community which I've adopted in Berbice. I'm going to make that contribution to them on Boyce Avenue. And for December, I will make a similar contribution to the people of Essequibo, most likely Bartica or the Essequibo Coast.
Minister Harmon was one of the first respondents to the issue of salary increases for ministers and had deemed those increases justified. His argument, like many others, is that it will aid in the creation of a more accountable and effective public service. For HGP Nightly News, Kingsley Bryan.
Thank you, Kingsley. A wedding house at Enmore turned into a battlefield and resulted in a peacemaker being slashed over the head by an angry mob. The details in this report. An off-duty policeman is today counting his lucky stars that he is alive after an angry mob attending a wedding reception at his neighbor's house brutally slashed him about his face and broke all of the windows on his 3rd Street Fowles Enmore home. It all happened after Constable Mangrew had just parked his motorcar in front of his home when he noticed that a mob had been beating upon a wedding guest in a nearby trench. He went to the rescue of the lad, and the mob turned their wrath on him. His wife spoke with Nightly News.
When my husband got the part, them boys started pelt a battle, Fat Boy and Rambo, and also Samantha brother from Jangutown, Mandrapo, started to pelt, and anyhow, we get for come in the yard because they start pelt, break up all the window.
The policeman managed to escape the mob and made it into his house. But the group didn't stop there. They broke every window in his home as they tried to get him out to finish the job.
And we come inside the yard, we try to get in the house, and they come in the yard and start cuff up all the window at the side and at the back. And at the back, they talk say how y'all come out, we gonna kill y'all, that you think that is police, that we gonna kill y'all, that we not frightened.
Nightly News was made to understand that the fight started over the refusal by a young lady to save the last dance for the man with whom she attended the reception. The host of the reception seemed not to know much of what really happened.
Last night I was out on the road and a lot of boys went out there drinking. And just I see one of them rush up to another one and push him. And after I see that, I run inside and tell the music man to stop the music. And after the battle started to pelt, me and go out back.
The policeman estimates his damages in the millions. Competent police sources said that 4 men have been detained for the damage to property and felonious wounding, but were soon after released on bail. More news ahead. Stay with us.
Make your wishes come true this Christmas. At Lucky Dollar, you can't go wrong.
Enter the Tony's Auto Spares Deals on Wheels Reloaded promotion, and you can be the lucky winner of a Mazda RX-8, drawing December 18th, 2015. Every $5,000 spent gets you a coupon. Fill it up, drop it in the box, and you can be a winner. Consolation prizes include hampers, netbooks, selfie sticks, mag rims, and Amazon Kindles. Visit our branches at 72 Light Street, Albertown, telephone 227-8574, or our East Coast branch, telephone 220-3286. Tony's Auto Spares, making it affordable for you.
The Family Pharmacy of One Laban Intention Housing Scheme, East Coast Demerara, carries a wide range of over-the-counter medication, prescription medication, injectables, medical devices, a variety of eye drops, baby care products, cosmetics, and healthy foods. At the Family Pharmacy, a qualified pharmacist is at your service each and every day. Health products are available in wholesale and retail quantities. Come in to the Family Pharmacy, where the best prices are guaranteed all year round.
You go, honey. I'll stay home.
You not going to the game again?
Well, Mom, you asked us to investigate your husband. Turns out, he is cheating on you. Look what we caught here on surveillance. But with his Comfort Sleep mattress.
At Comfort Sleep, our mattresses are made to international standards and quality. That is why Comfort Sleep was awarded the International Star for Quality Mattresses in Geneva, Switzerland, September 2015. So make sure you get a Comfort Sleep mattress. Look for the label and don't be fooled by the rest.
You've waited a long time and it's finally here. The Clearance Black Friday mega sale. And it's all going down Friday the 27th of November right here at Clearance. We're offering half off everything store-wide. Levi's jeans for both men and women, men's suits and ties, a wide range of fragrances, and numerous designs in ladies' handbags. Get everything you need to give you that cool, classy, amazing look. So make it a date, don't be late. Friday the 27th of November, the place to be is Clearance. Always keeping you in style.
We can have your tattoo removed today with a few simple steps using the safe and doctor-recommended laser treatment. Available now at the skincare clinic located upstairs at the Subs and Salads building on Sheriff Street. Our trained specialists can handle hair removal, vascular therapy, rejuvenation therapy, wrinkles removal, pigmentation therapy, and more. Feel and look good in your skin.
Get the widest range of party supplies such as birthday candles, tableware and helium balloons, Wilton cake supplies, toys and brands like Leapfrog, Fisher-Price, VTech, and Disney. For the gamers, get all the latest games and consoles such as PS2, PS3, PS4, PS Vita, Xbox One, Xbox 360, Wii U, Nintendo 2DS, and 3DS. Satisfy your guilty pleasures with candy and brands such as Godiva, Ghirardelli, Hershey's, Jolly Ranchers, and lots more. Get all these and more at Game Express, your source for the latest. 25 North Road, Laceytown, Georgetown. Telephone 227-8902.
Delicious, delicious, appetizing, appetizing, flavorful, flavorful, yum. Pam and Steve's Bakery, pastries and ice cream makes you feel good. Prepared in a way that makes you smile. Also breakfast available every Sunday. So come to Pam and Steve's Bakery. Enjoy a tastier side of life.
Yeah, Skipper.
Yo, I'm done.
I hope you bring the stag there, boy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. No, boy, you can't do that. Every stag crown is a winner.
That's right. Demand your crown for the Instag Win promotion and win free Stag beer, Stag t-shirts, Stag mugs, Stag caps, and the new iPhone 6.
What? iPhone 6?
Plus, collect 24 drinks Stag to win crowns for a chance to win your cruise weight in Stag. Demand your crown and win. Stag, a man's beer. Please drink responsibly.
Guyana, it's here again. Legends in concert, performing live at the Pegasus poolside. Boris Gardner.
I wanna wake up with you.
Sunday, November 29th, an evening of mature entertainment, dinner and show. Legends in concert, the second in the series. Boris Gardner live. Admission, singles $8,500, couples $12,000. Tickets available at Nigel's Supermarket, Pegasus, Clearance, Mats, and King Solomon Shipping. Call 677-8775. Boris Gardner live, Sunday, November 29th at the Pegasus poolside.
Welcome back. We take a look at the health sector. Health Minister Dr. George Norton has fired back at the PPP over that party's recent comments about the state of the health sector, particularly maternity deaths. Hear more from Royden James.
So we go from one maternal death to another without an improvement in the system. So it's not good enough for us to hear after each death that there's going to be some improvement in investigation. We want to know what are the specific things that would be done to prevent the next death.
What is interesting is that Dr. Anthony should have had by his side Dr. Barry Ramsaran, okay? And he should have been directing all his questions to Dr. Ramsaran. Because while both of them might have been a doctor, he had nothing to do with the health sector for the longest while. His expertise would have been to explain to the Guyanese public why is it that they paid so much money for that swimming pool that they built that could have built 3 or 4 times more with that kind of money.
Health Minister Dr. George Norton responding to the PPP's spokesperson on health, Dr. Frank Anthony, who recently placed the country's health sector under his microscope. Dr. Norton says executives of the PPP should be ashamed to go public about the health sector.
We want to hear about the money that was spent on Carifesta, why persons were left unpaid. That is what Frank Anthony should come and tell this government, not to talk about a health system that they left here, that they had 22 years to put in order. It's not 22 months, 22 years they had. And he's questioning about the health system now. Dr. Anthony should be ashamed of himself.
His remarks were made during an exclusive interview with Nightly News on Monday. Dr. Norton is questioning Dr. Anthony's competence regarding health issues. He said Dr. Anthony has failed his straightforward department like culture, youth and sport, and added that the PPP should direct all health-related questions to former Health Minister Dr. Barry Ramsaran.
Everything has been in problems under him. If it wasn't cricket, it was football, it was boxing, that is what he should be asking about, not health. Let them bring out their health minister to ask about health. But they can't bring out their health minister because he knows that he is responsible for the situation we're in.
The public health minister said he is committed to improving the public health care system and questioned the wisdom of those who expect him to fix it in just 6 months.
I am worried about the maternal death that we're having. I'm worried about the infantile mortality rate. It's high. It's high. There's no doubt about it. I'm worried about the number of suicides that are taking place. But I'm going to give it my best effort. I'm going to give it my best shot to better it. It is not going to be in 6 months.
Dr. Norton said too that although there will be bottlenecks, the political will is there to make it right. Royden James, HGP Nightly News.
Still in the health sector, Guyana is one of several countries in the region that has an excellent immunization program. Guyana's immunization coverage is in excess of 90%, and the country is being encouraged to share its model. Handel Duncan reports.
At one time, Guyana was doing so badly with its immunization program that the country was not listed. Today, Guyana is doing considerably well, so much so that, according to PAHO WHO country representative Dr. William Adukro, at a recent effective vaccine management evaluation, Guyana was ranked 3 out of 74 countries that were evaluated worldwide.
And that's a laudable feat. And it's because a lot of our workers are really working hard.
In Guyana, children are immunized at an early age against whooping cough, tetanus, and other infections. The reality is, according to Public Health Minister Dr. George Norton, Guyana has not been doing too badly with its vaccination program. He believes it is something that was inherited from the previous administration and credit must be given to them.
What we don't want to do is to go backwards. We always want to improve. And while, yes, we might get a 90% let's say level of immunization, we want to take charge of that other 10. The unfortunate thing about that, generally it's in the hinterland location, and we can understand why, because of our porous borders and because of lifestyle and the distance in which those persons are living. But with the approach that we have adopted, I think we're going to get there, and I have confidence in the health workers in those areas.
Ghana is one of the countries that has an excellent immunization program. In the views of Dr. Katimak Ruiz Matas, PAHO WHO Unit Chief of Immunization, he feels it is important that such experience is shared with the rest of the region. He further stated that there are new challenges arising, and those new challenges, he disclosed, are not new technologies and new vaccine.
These new challenges is new opportunity. New challenges is hesitance. The anti-vaccine groups is a new for us. No? We need to maintain this in present, to maintain the coverage that we have, and to maintain the impact of our program that we have.
The remarks were made at the opening of the 31st Expanded Program Immunization EPI Managers Meeting in Georgetown. The meeting is an annual one, and it brings together immunization managers from over 25 countries in the region. In building efficiency in the grouping, PAHO WHO country representative Dr. William Adukro explained that best practices are usually shared between countries.
We organize what we call study tours. So if we have one EPI person in, say, Baramita or in Sadi Hospital or in another hospital in London, and the person is doing well, and we want to encourage the person, we can say, okay, now we here, Antigua, they are doing very well in, say, HPV. You go there and spend 2 weeks, learn from them and come back. So that cross-fertilization is also occurring at such meetings. So this meeting is not talk shop.
Sure. There will be specific focus on the implementation of the plan of action for maintaining measles, rubella, and congenital rubella syndrome elimination in the region. The introduction of the inactive polio vaccine, IPV, in the routine immunization schedule of each country by the end of 2015 is also on the cards. This year, PAHO WHO, in collaboration with the Ministry of Public Health, is facilitating a 3-day event at the Ghana Marriott Hotel. Handel Duncan, HGP Nightly News.
Thank you, Handel. Guyana's aviation security system is to be improved with assistance from the U.S. government. An agreement to this effect was penned on Monday between U.S. Ambassador Perry Holloway and Public Infrastructure Minister David Patterson. Jessica Daw reports.
Ministry of Public Infrastructure, recognizing the need for assistance in the improvement of Guyana's aviation security system, entered an agreement with the U.S. on Monday, with a view to improving the sector. Speaking at a press conference held by the ministry, Minister Patterson highlighted the importance of the development of this sector.
The ministry and our government sees aviation as a catalyst for our economic and social growth, and we are committed to the development of a safe, secure, and vibrant aviation sector. The continued partnership between our governments is necessary for the growth of our international aviation activities, particularly the connectivity between U.S. destinations.
Minister Patterson said that this agreement came into being after some queries were made by him on aviation security matters.
I met with the U.S. Charge d'Affaires in June of this year, and was informed that the TSA expressed some reservations at the pace at which the aviation security matters were being handled by the GCAA. I advocated for technical assistance for regulatory and oversight of our aviation and maritime sectors, both of which are very important to our national development.
Other than the fact that this signifies a strong commitment to keeping users of the service safe, U.S. Ambassador to Guyana, Perry Holloway, shone light on the other benefits.
The agreement formalizes the terms and conditions under which we will work together to provide technical cooperation, training, assistance, and possibly even equipment related to civil aviation issues. Our joint efforts will enhance security, capacity for passengers, employees, and other stakeholders involved in the airport transportation industry. Specifically, this agreement will provide technical and managerial expertise to assist the Guyana Civil Aviation Authority in developing, improving, and operating its civil aviation security infrastructure, standards, procedures, policies, training, and equipment. It will provide training for Guyana Civil Aviation Authority personnel in the United States or in Guyana. It will provide resources, logistical support, and equipment for facilities.
For HGP Nightly News, I am Jessica Daw.
Thank you, Jessica. Your sportscast is ahead.
Hypermalt, the premium imported malt beverage from Germany, is made from the finest raw materials. One Hypermalt covers 15% of your daily intake of vitamin B. Vitamin B complex contributes to normal psychological and neurological functions. Hypermalt is 100% fat-free and the smoothest malter you've ever tried. Hypermalt is available throughout Guyana. And for those who want to buy in wholesale quantities, call Anil on 624-4106, Vishal on 624-4143, Ricardo on 624-4136, and Thakur on 624-4108. Hypermalt.
Choosing the right appliance for your kitchen has never been easier. At Quartz, we have a wide range of small and large appliances from the world's best brands at the best prices, guaranteed. So you're sure to find something here that adds that special magic to your kitchen. For small and large kitchen appliances, Quartz, bringing value home.
Now, Digicel brings you 4 ways to benefit at the same time with the best value offers. Talk for 3 minutes to a Digicel number and get the next 15 minutes free. Get $500 free credit on your first top-up monthly. Get 30 megabytes of free data on your first 2 top-ups of $500 or more monthly. Send 3 texts and get the next 25 texts free. Get better value on Guyana's bigger network. Digicel.
Keep the change with LG Inverter Technology air conditioners. They cool faster and use less energy. LG's inverter technology, active energy control, optimizes functionality based on room capacity, traffic, and time of day. LG Inverter Technology ACs are sold, serviced, and installed by Car Care Enterprise and available from 9,000 to 36,000 BTU. Call us on 226-6998. Car Care Enterprise, 43 Hatfield Street, Georgetown.
Unwind, relax, and be pampered at the Unisex Beauty Zone. Some of the best stylists in the business. Haircuts, dyeing, and styling. A superb manicure job for the perfect hands. And for the ladies, a choice of fashionable acrylic nails, facials, and massages. Pedicures using the best foot therapy available. Hair treatment and wash. Visit us today at 12 and 13 Sobrianville, Georgetown, upstairs at Subs and Salads Building.
Naturally better orchard.
Time for fun, bring out the sun. Nutritious, so delicious.
Way less sugar, no artificial sweetness.
Orchard, real natural choice. Orchard, with real fruit juice.
Orchard, celebration in each pack.
Orchard 250 ml juice drinks now deliciously improved. Free of artificial sweeteners. More natural goodness with between 33 to 55% less added sugar. Orchard, a perfectly natural choice.
Nestle. Good food, good life.
GECOM is now conducting a claims and objections exercise for local government elections. GECOM has posted the preliminary list of voters at prominent locations in the respective constituencies within all local authority areas. To qualify for registration as a voter, you must be residing in a local authority area, be a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a Commonwealth citizen residing in Guyana for 1 year or more, and be 18 years old or over by February 29, 2016. You must visit the Claims and Objections Office that is responsible for your area of residence to apply for registration as a voter. The Claims and Objections offices will be open Mondays to Fridays from 15 hours 30 to 19 hours and Saturdays, Sundays and holidays from 10 hours to 14 hours. Applications for new registration will not be entertained after Sunday, December 6, 2016. For further information, please contact GECOM on 225-027829 or visit the GECOM website at www.gecom.org.gy.
Fabulous Styles, it's your time to shine for the best in plus and regular sizes for both male and female for any occasion. From elegant designers dresses to stylish costume jewelry, your choice is Fabulous Styles. Come check us out on Durban Street, 3 doors from First Assembly Church, or call us on 225-8932 or 623-7895. Fabulous Styles, a time to shine.
Yeah, Skipper.
Yo, I'm done.
I hope you bring the stag there, boy.
Yeah, man. No, boy, you can't do that. Every stock crown is a winner.
That's right. Demand your crown for the Instag Win promotion and win free Stag beer, Stag t-shirts, Stag mugs, Stag caps, and the new iPhone 6.
What? iPhone 6?
Plus, collect 24 drinks Stag to win crowns for a chance to win your cruise weight in Stag. Demand your crown and win. Stag, a man's beer. Please drink responsibly.
What's this, you ask? Oh, it's just spreadsheet smashing, hedge trimming, dog walking, weekend away, show boating, gravity defying, tree chopping, glucose, knowledging, energy fueling, barbecuing, glucose refueling, engine revving, crowd surfing, home commuting, crocodile wrestling, explosion ignoring, awesome kind of energy. Whatever you do it with energy.
Welcome to another edition of the HGP Sportscast. We begin with some football news. Good news, that is. Guyana football stands to benefit in more ways than one with the normalization of football in Guyana and a firm foundation set by the Normalization Committee. Exciting times for Guyana football is the way President of the CFU, Gordon Dornick, described Guyana's prospect. Details in this report.
I think that the Guyana Football Federation, Guyana, the country itself, should now be proud because of the solid foundation set. And these newly elected gentlemen and lady who have been elected to run their affairs now have a wonderful foundation to launch off from, and it should only be exciting times now for Guyana.
Guyana, being one of the cornerstone countries, meant a lot to football in the region. Dornick said that the region is happy that Guyana was able to resolve its issues.
Guyana is one of our cornerstone countries in CFU, and we get very concerned when the stronger countries are having issues. And we're very happy. I'm so happy about the result here today. I'm relaxed now. I know Guyana football is back on track. There should be no more issues. Of course, things will come up, but there will be no real heavy political issues, I think, for a while. I think they have to be given a chance to show what they can do, and they have a 4-year mandate.
The CFU president expressed confidence in the newly elected executives of the GFF that they will carry out the mandate, which will accrue benefits to all the member associations.
Expect from the caliber persons that things will be run properly, and all the structures, like I said before, all the structures are in place. FIFA and CONCACAF in the reform process too, so things are going to be a bit different going forward, and I think that will also trickle its way down to all the associations, and I think that going forward, I think Guyana should be able to do a good job.
Guyana is now poised to take off with a wide range of support from FIFA, the CFU president reiterates.
Now that you are normalized, so to speak, the association will now can apply for the program which is called Performance. And what the Performance program, FIFA comes in and they do a total review of what's in place. They do a retreat with the executive. They put together long-term, medium, and short-term goals, and everything is thought out. And then coming out of that, FIFA then gives even further support, training of staff, training of the marketing persons, whatever. There's a bunch of things that can come out of that. So you're now eligible for it. And it's funded by FIFA too. So there's a significant funding available to drive the football. FIFA is looking to do is make each association viable, so we're not always, behind, So they try to set up programs and make sure that the association are properly staffed. The funding alone from FIFA is $250,000 US, and by the time you can tap into one or two other things, you're easily $500,000-$600,000 US, right? You add your revenue from gateway seats, you're over $1 million US a year. So it can't be run the same way. You have to do proper things, proper processes and structures in place. And now that you're there, you now qualify for it. And there's another thing called the Revenue Generation Program, which again, you come up with a program that you think will generate revenue for the association, and there's funding up to an X amount. I can't remember it offhand, but there's funding up to a couple $100,000 US available for that program to be your kickstart. So from that, you will then start to generate more funds on a regular basis, which can go straight back into the football. So now that you're normalized, like I said on my address, the future is bright, and I think almost everyone in Guyana football will have to start wearing shades. It is so bright.
The GFF will soon commence work on its goal project with lands acquired at Providence. The completion of this project will see football owning its own state-of-the-art facility. Gudakish Moti and Vishal Singh star in Guyana Jaguars' big win against Leeward Islands Hurricane by an innings and 35 runs at the Providence Stadium last Monday. Calvin Chapman with the details.
The Guyana Jaguars title defense campaign continued on track after their second successive innings victory. After 2 rounds, the home side is top of the points ranking with 35 points, with a first-round win against Windward Volcanoes and recently Leeward Hurricanes. In the Leeward Islands matchup at Providence, after the visitors opted to field, Vice-Captain Vishal Singh scored his highest first-class score of 150 to rescue his team when they were dangling at 3 for 21 from 8 overs. He and the reliable Shiv Chandrapal shared a 171-run partnership, one of the more important partnerships of the match, before Chandrapal was dismissed for a 210-ball 65. Stephen Jacobs chipped in with a quick, unbeaten 63 that helped the Jaguars amass 419 for 9 declared on day 2. At the end of the third day, the Hurricanes were bowled out for an embarrassing 85 and the follow-on was enforced. Morty Kanai took 6 scalps and good fast bowling from Beaton and Barnwell earned them 2 wickets each. The Hurricanes' second innings was a lot more resilient, with Jamaican Nkrumah Bonner stroking a timely 89 from 171 minutes at the crease. Trinidadian Darren Cruikshank also showed some fight with a well-played 57. Both batsmen were dismissed by Moti Kanai, who took 5 more in the second innings to enjoy an 11-wicket match haul, taking his overall tally to 14. Stephen Jacobs continued his good all-round form with 3 wickets, and Barnwell and Beaton took 1 each. The Jaguars faced the Barbados Pride on Friday at the National Stadium.
In football news, Guinness Greatest of the Street, Georgetown Zone, got underway for the 2015-2016 season last Friday at the Cultural Center Tarmac. Defending zone champions, Georgetown, that is, North Rumvelt, opened their season with a first-game win. Teams also starting on a winning note are Sparta Boss, Northeast Le Penitence, East Front Road, and West Back Road. South Rumvelt played to a draw against Festival City. Globe Yard and Cross Street matchup also ended in a draw, and so was the game between Albistown B and Home Street, Tiger Bay. Guinness Greatest of the Street football action continues Tuesday night, November 17 at California Square, East Rumvelt. Still with football, the GTT Round Robin Knockout Interclub Tournament continues Tuesday night, November 17 at the MSC Ground, Linden. In the first matchup, Anns Grove comes up against Mile Rock of Linden at 6 p.m. and the feature matchup between brings together Golden Grove and Winners Connection, also of Linden. Compliments of his dad, Stanley Ming, 19-year-old Calvin Ming was able to showcase the first ever Formula One race car for Guyana. Details in this report. Senior Ming focused his comments on opportunity for youths in development in all sporting disciplines.
You know, in every aspect of development, you have to focus on youth. My son just turned 19, and it's an example of what young people in Guyana, whether it is cricket, football, table tennis, badminton, given the opportunity, what they can achieve. My son is just one example. I know several others that are capable of emulating what he has done. And what I'm hoping is that the corporate entities in Guyana will see that Guyana can produce the likes of a Calvin Ming many times. And not only Guyana, the Caribbean has that ability. And I was telling...
Ming is on a mission to produce Formula One champions in Guyana and the Caribbean.
If the Caribbean countries, Jamaica, Trinidad, Barbados, Guyana, came together and set up a Caribbean team, I am confident that within maybe 5 years, we can produce somebody that can be highly competitive in Formula One. And I will attempt to encourage and promote that concept because I have confidence in my country and also in the region that we are. Guyanese, I mean, look at Usain Bolt from Jamaica, world champion, right? We can produce world champions in almost anything if we have the right structures, the right support, the right discipline amongst the individuals and encouragement from the people of their countries, which you have in the Caribbean. I think we can do it.
Young Calvin Ming hopes to make it to Mexico F4 race meet later this month.
Yeah, the plan is for this year run the Mexican F4 Championship, which is starting at the end of this month, and it's going to be 7 rounds and 21 races total.
Representing Guyana, of course, I guess?
Definitely representing Guyana. I grew up here, I started karting here, I raced up here up to like a year ago. I definitely love the Guyanese crowd, and I definitely will always represent Guyana.
Stanley Ming is confident his 19-year-old son can do Guyana proud.
Well, you know, I don't want to make a presumption, but I think he's going to definitely be in the top 3.
And that concludes our sportscast. Now for a look at the weather forecast.
Ridiculous for Rohi to trump up race at GECOM. Social Cohesion Minister responds to PPP's Rohi. 2 committed for High Court trial for the July 2014 murder of a Lusiknan teen, Ashmini Hariram. Wedding house late-night brawl. Policeman injured, property damaged. And Minister Harmon clarifies position on specialty hospital. There is no vindication but transparency, says the minister. Those were our major headlines. For these stories and more, please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm Travis Chase. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.